Of course, was an April evening, 1985 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, the middleweight champion, was making the 11th defense of his crown against Thomas Hitman Hearns, the WBC super welterweight champion who was attempting to win a third world title. Although the fight lasted just 3 rounds, many have called Hagler versus Hearns the best 8 minutes in boxing history. The Hagler-Hearns fight was one of those rare occasions in sport where the event surpassed the hype. And the man who called the fight from ringside that night, ABC commentator Al Michaels, is standing by live at our studios in Los Angeles. And Al, every now and then we get to comment on something that is really extra special. Did you have any idea going into that fight on April the 15th, 1985, that it would turn out to be the event that it was?
Frank, I think you summed it up perfectly. Everybody expected it to be a great fight. Rarely does a fight like that exceed expectations. But this one certainly did. And I recall about 2 minutes into the first round, sitting there at ringside and having a flash thought, and I'm thinking to myself, are these guys really fighting, or are they making a movie? Is this some sort of sequel to Rocky? The first round was that good. Now, to put it in perspective, pre-fight, going back to just before Hagler-Hearns, for the most part, the experts were about evenly divided. Those who favored Hearns felt that he had a longer reach, he had more speed, and he was closer to the prime of his career at age 26 than Hagler was at near 31 years of age. Those who favored Hagler felt that he was a true middleweight, that would work to his advantage, that he has a devastating punch, and that he had a great chin, and all of those factors came into play. So without further ado, let's go back to Monday night, April 15th, 1985 in Las Vegas, the way I called it that evening along with analyst Al Bernstein.
And here we go, round one. Hagler, right off the bat, attempting to get inside. He'd love to be able to pin Hearns on the ropes if he can.
A more aggressive start by Hagler. Look at him, right for the body. Marvin Hagler only wants the body, and he bangs Marvin. Oh, Hearns may have hurt him with the right hand.
Hearns with the right. Hearns hits him with an uppercut. Hagler, he's hurt. Hagler is stunned. Hearns got inside, hit him with a right uppercut. Marvin ties him up.
Marvin Hagler is still hurt.
So it was Hagler coming out like a bullet. A good left by Hagler, but Hearns didn't flinch. Marvin going for the body. Wild first round.
Wow, what a shock. And it was Hagler who initiated it, not Thomas Hearns.
On a left by Hagler. Hearns comes back. Another right. That one stunned Hearns. What a first minute of the fight.
Tommy Hearns has been able to drop that right hand in, and it has hurt Hagler, a surprise to many people.
Another right hand from Hearns. Hearns moving. Hagler still pursuing. Comes in with a right. Missing with a left hook.
Here's where I believe Hagler should turn to righty. He could block that right hand easier, and he would land his own left hook.
Hearns with a devastating punch. Swelling near Hagler's left eye. Again, Tommy trying to come inside the hands of Hagler.
Low blow by Hearns. Hagler still looking for the body.
A right by Hagler. Good right got in. He has Hearns where he'd love to keep him on the ropes, but Tommy comes off easily. Another good right by Hearns.
Hagler is now shaking those right hands off, though, Al. He was stunned a little early, and he's normally a slow starter.
He's also bleeding. Hagler is cut. Hagler is cut. Bridge of the nose.
Hagler hitting him low. He is banging the body well. He is taking shots to the head.
He blocks that right. Hearns tries to come in with the uppercut, and Hagler ties him up with a minute to go in a wild first round. Marvin with a good left hand.
There's blood all over Marvin Hagler's face. Can't tell where it's coming from.
I thought it started from the bridge of the nose originally, but blood all over the face of Hagler here in round one. But Hagler has him on the ropes. Hagler working on him. Hagler relentless, but Hearns trying to box his way out. Half a minute to go in round one. How far can this one go? Not very far at his pace.
This is where Hagler wants him, but Hearns counter-punching off those ropes fairly effectively.
Tremendous first round. Hagler pinning him to the rope. Working on him, but Hearns uppercutting again. Hagler bloody. A tremendous, sensational first round as Hearns gets hurt. Hearns got stunned. Hagler was stunned early in the round.
have been hurt. You can throw the strategy out the window right now.
A wild first round. Hearns again trying to uppercut. Hearns trying to box. Moving, slipping off the ropes, coming back and trying to land that right.
They are yelling, keep boxing, Tommy, from his corner, and that looks like what he's going to try and do in this fight.
Hearns off balance. His foot was stepped on, not close to a knockdown.
Excuse me, Al. Hagler turns righty. I think this could be a key moment in this fight.
For the first time, Hagler switching, gets in with a left hand. This round sort of the way people anticipated the first round might go. Another right hand stuns Hearns. The crowd, of course, emphatic over every punch that's thrown. Hagler, despite that least disadvantages, has been able to get into Hearns more so than I think most people expected.
For one simple reason, good left hook by Hagler. He took the best Hearns could offer, and he did come in. He's getting through that right hand, even though he's getting hit with it.
Halfway through round 2.
Hagler has fought most of this round as a righty. Now he switches southpaw and lands. Not as effective as a righty as I thought, but now as a southpaw, the jab lands well.
That right jab. Hagler coming in with a left. Richard Steele saying, punch your way out, punch your way out.
A key element now is Hagler is working when he's on the inside. He's not just holding. He is working the body of Tommy Hearns. Boy, Hearns looks awkward, and his legs look like they're not there.
A little rubbery here in round 2. Tommy, though, fluid and moving. Trying to get inside. Again, the cut opens up over Hagler's forehead. And the blood begins to trickle down. Hagler working inside, now up top. Half a minute to go in round 2.
What a left.
Hearns trading with him. Hagler comes back to the right or left, and another right. He has Hearns in trouble on the ropes. Tommy trying to punch his way off the ropes. Hagler wants to keep him there. Goes to the body.
Hagler throws low blows. Marvin Hagler wants to turn this into an alley war, and he's done it. Another low blow. Richard Steele may take points away soon, but will it matter?
Second round coming to an end. Hagler bloody, but very much unbound. End of round 2.
Keep your hands up. Look, when you finish up with your shot, move off to one side or the other, okay? You're not boxing to being out here. Try to work on letting him mix with the left and going over here and then coming back with the right.
You got to cut up bad.
Cut up. Just box him. Stay away and box him. Just box him. Just get your second wind and relax like nothing had to do with Colin Jones. Just think carefully. Just box him. When you get through with your shot, move off to one side or the other. You're getting hit on tail end punches. You understand?
You can hear Manny Stewart talking to Hearns. They work on the cut of Hagler.
And the Petronelli's good cut men. Goody and Pat have done an excellent job on the cuts of Hagler. What a shock that that man initiated this war right from the beginning. And you know what? I thought he would do well as a righty. He has done better as a southpaw, and he may stay at that.
Again, Stewart telling Hearns to box. As you say, though, Hagler turning it into a street fight.
Well, he turns righty. He wants it to be a street fight. Listen, Marvin Hagler has been rough inside. He's thrown some low blows. He has thrown some elbows.
Don't push.
But you know what? Now the right is getting there, but it's not hurting Hagler. We've got our answer, I think, to some extent. Tommy has been hard-pressed to hurt him with that right. Stunned him early, but not in the last round or two.
Very early. Adam Stun has him cut. But it was Hagler doing the damage in round 2.
And now, just as we thought might happen, Tommy Hearns was hurt early, so he is boxing. Now, he has good boxing skills. He did this against Sugar Ray. Can Hagler get to him in this posture?
Some people thought, as he again becomes off balance, some thought that if Hearns stayed outside and stayed on his bicycle, it would become a dull fight with Marvin chasing him.
But Marvin has been able to corner him, and when Marvin gets him in the corner, he is roughhousing him well.
Again, Hagler is all bloodied. Time is called by Richard Steele to send Hagler over to the ring doctor. He's calling the ring doctor in. The last thing in the world Hagler wants is the fight to be stopped. The doctor looks at it. Back comes Hagler with a left hand. It has to be impeding his vision with the right eye. You never know it, though. Tremendous right. Hearns appears rubbery. He appeared that way in the second round.
You know, Richard Steele is breaking these fighters very quickly. That's uncharacteristic of him. It's hurting Hagler because he wants to work inside. Hearns is smiling, but he's taking shots.
Another right hand. Hearns turns his back, takes another right. Hearns in deep trouble again. Hearns is down. Hearns is down in the third round and on his back. And he's not going to beat the count. I don't believe. Tommy Hearns tries to get up, and
They've got to stop this fight.
does he get up? He just doesn't know. He can't continue. It's Hagler, full of blood. Blood, no doubt, impeding his vision, stopping him in the third round after Hearns almost ended it on a first-round knockout. It didn't go very far, but it was a beauty.
So there it was, the 8 minutes of fury. I know one of the things Marvin Hagler had said before the fight, it will come down to who can take the best shot, who can take the most punishment. Indeed, it did. And there were no complaints, obviously, amongst the crowd of 15,000 as they left ringside. And if ever 8 minutes were worth $500, the price of a ticket, those were the 8. So Hagler winning it almost 2 years ago. Alex Wallow, who's in Norfolk today, was with me in Las Vegas that night as well. And I recall, Alex, that you were amongst those who felt that Tommy Hearns had the advantage going in.
Al, I was shocked at the way the fight turned out. I thought Thomas would use his boxing skills, fight a tactical fight, move around the ring, and perhaps score a decision over marvelous Marvin Hagler. Instead, Thomas came out flat-footed, tried to shoot the right hand. Marvin walked through the punch, took the punch. The first one was a good shot. But after that, Marvin's body punching and his aggression just were more than Thomas could handle. It was a result that really surprised me, and a result that, in my mind at least, ended the debate about who is the outstanding pound-for-pound fighter in the world at that time and today. It is unquestionably, I think, marvelous Marvin Hagler, who joins us now from his training camp in Palm Springs. And Marvin, could you share with us, please, your recollections 2 years after the fact about that night in Las Vegas?
Well, it was an exciting fight. It was the highlight of my career at that moment. I thought it was a tremendous fight. Like I said, it was war. This fight here is war, too, with Leonard. I feel as though I got a lot better. You know, Hearns is doing the same thing which Leonard is trying to do, watching from the Duran fight, which people said that didn't look very good. I gave Duran one of his best whooping that nobody's ever gave him. And with Thomas, sure, Thomas had the good right hand, left hook. He tried to do the same thing. He tried to outbox, tried to use lateral movement, but I took away his legs, took away his punching power, and then he belonged to me.
Marvin, if there are any questions about your right to be considered one of the great fighters of all time, I think that fight answered it. Did it answer any questions you might have had about yourself deep down and your abilities?
No, you know, I found out that I'm a gladiator, and whatever it takes for me to go, I'm not a pretty boy in there. I don't worry about my face or anything like that. All the cuts, once I get back to the corner, I'll let my trainer and manager handle that. Only time that I've been cut is by headbutts or something like that. This here was either elbow or either a shoulder. It was not from a punch. I've never been cut from a punch, so I'm not afraid of that.
Marvin called his fight with Thomas Hearns war. He says his fight with Sugar Ray Leonard will be war, too. We'll be back to talk about that confrontation. Marvin, on Monday, a week from Monday, you're going to step in the ring in the richest prize fight in history. You're going to make $12 million. Has that kind of money taken away your edge, that motivation, that bitterness, that hunger that is so much a part of your game plan?
No, I really don't think about the money. I think I've got a lot better over the years, and I'm anxious to prove that. I was never hurt in that Thomas Hearns fight, and I feel to show that, too. This man would have to knock me out with that ring post, because I'm not going anywhere. I'm in better shape than when I fought Thomas Hearns, and I'm willing to show that Leonard can't stop me. I'm in better, I'm meaner. Just looking at that fight gets me all psyched again. There's no way that this man here can beat me. If I want to, I believe I can outbox Leonard. But whatever it takes to get the job done, that's what I'm planning on doing. The money has nothing to do with this fight.
Have you done anything special to prepare for this fight?
Just got meaner, trained harder, and ready to go. Coming at you, Leonard.
A lot of people who are trying to find a way for Ray Leonard to win this fight say that you just don't have as much left as you did at your peak. Are you past your peak?
I like that when they said that. Thomas Hearns called me old man. Mugabe called me old man. All these people that call me old man, I put their lights out. You got to realize Ray is only 30 years old. Tommy was 26. And so Ray's only 2 behind me. At the time, Tommy was less than that. And Mugabe was younger, too. And look what I'm doing to these young boys. I'm showing you that age, you get better with age.
Marvin, you sound like you're ready to get in the ring today. Good luck to you. We'll look for you a week from Monday. Now back to Frank and Becky in New York.
Finally, Hagler and Leonard. They've been saying for years it had to happen. Now it's going to happen.
You know, Sugar Ray Leonard has said we belong in the ring together, and they, of course, will get their chance, Frank.